one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. This gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
If Jesus spit in your mouth, that's gay.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop a million songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our block, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Yo. I'm talking to everybody, but I'm specifically talking Henry. Move over for a second, my guy. Gotta talk to my guy, that damn dude. Super loyal guy. Super loyal guy. My guy always, my man put on the show to go to sleep last night and then reintroduced himself to the video when he was well rested. See, that's my guy right there. That is my guy. That's called a loyal support. That's the kind of support I'm trying to build. That's the type of community I'm trying to build. All right. Henry and that damn dude, you see, they might not agree with everything I say, but they listen to what I have to say. They pick it apart and they say, you know what? He make a good fucking point. I help them see things in a different type of light. That's the reason you build that type of support group. And I appreciate both of them. But Henry, I give you love all the time. We talking about that damn dude right now, all right? We talking about my guy. I appreciate the fuck out of you, my guy. I appreciate both y'all. Why did I have to curse right there? Why? I don't know, but I hope everybody out there is having a dope day, dope afternoon, dope night. Do y'all ever realize that I say night before I say afternoon? I'd be like, yo, I hope you have a good night, a day, night, afternoon. Why do I do that? I do that, bruh. I met a dude who grew up in Baltimore I think he said he moved there for like 2 years. And you gotta understand, I know the world like to think everybody who was born in Baltimore, raised in Baltimore, grew up in Baltimore, lived in Baltimore for a certain amount of time. I know everybody like to think all of them say due to you and all our words slide like that, but that's just not true. The thing that was weird, did y'all catch that truth? It's like that. It's like sometimes we might sound, I just want to talk about this dude for a quick little second. He lived in Baltimore for 2 years. And this motherfucker, everything he say, due to you, like, oh, man, it was just irritating listening to him talk, bro. I thought I was standing in front of a female, bro, or a woman. Anyways, Bro, I was on Twitter and I saw a tweet. And it's an interesting tweet, man. It was this Billie Eilish tweet where I guess she was talking about, the world don't never comment on men's bodies and blah, blah, blah. But they always do it to women and yada, yada, yada. And, man, I love women and I support women's rights and all that type of stuff as much as the next. But, yeah, I don't think this is getting a little out of control how these celebrity women love to turn everything into a woman versus man type of situation. And I think it's weird that people keep begging for equality, but what they don't want is equality. They want to be better than the group that they feel like they are lesser than right now. They don't want to be on the same even playing field in certain instances. They don't want to, be treated the same. They want to be treated a little bit better. That's what I'm starting to see, because some of these comments is outrageous, bro. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm the biggest Billie Eilish fan. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I haven't heard a single Billie. Like, Billie got a bop. What's that? Quiet when I'm coming home. I'm on my own. Oh, I can lie and say I like it like that. Like it like. That's my shit, bro. I fuck with that. Like that. Oh, that's that shit right there, boy. I fuck with that. What's that shit called? When the Party's Over. I ain't heard that shit in a minute, but that's my shit. When I used to work at Wendy's, me and one of the we call her Mommy. She did sandwiches. We worked right beside each other. I used to always hum that shit, and she started humming it with me because her son liked that song. That was one of his favorite songs. So Billie got some bops. Now, I know I just named one song, and I put S at the end of that bop, implying that she got more than one. And I'm pretty sure she got like two more that I like. I just can't think of them right now. They're not better than "My Nothing Ever Stops You Leaving. Quiet when I'm coming home, I'm on my own. Oh, I can lie and say I like it like that, like it like that. Oh, that's that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I might listen to that shit once I hop off of this. I like that. But back to the point, bro. Back to the point. I fuck with her a little bit. I'm not gonna say I don't listen to all her shit. I'm not going to say she whack either. Point being, bro, the comments just made no sense to me. They were stupid. Like, I don't really like calling people's comments stupid because she might really truly feel like this. But I'm starting to see like some of this women v men stuff is outrageous, bro. People comment on a man's body all the time, bro. All the time. Like, I understand it's a thing called pretty girl privileges, which women continue to want to act like don't exist. But men also have a thing where if you're a good looking man in shape and The Rock, they ain't just throwing rolls to anybody out here. We cannot sit here and act like men don't get fat shamed. I see men get fat shamed more than women. This is just a fact. When people cutting jokes, it's more likely that a fat dude getting joked about will immediately have his weight brought up. But if we talking about a big girl, nobody will touch her weight because they know how that's going to look if you a dude talking about another woman's weight. Talking about a woman's weight. But they'll let you have at it with a dude. How many times you done seen people call Rick Ross fat ass, Drewski fat? Like, we see people go to the fat joke all the time when it come to dudes. But when it come to women, let you say something about Lizzo being fat. Unless she do something that people don't like, it's off limits. Let you go at somebody else who a big woman in the industry. I really don't like that I said Lizzo's name because I shouldn't have said no woman's name. But any bigger woman, now I feel like I have to say another woman because I don't like singling Lizzo out like that because that wasn't my intention. I just immediately thought about Lizzo because I was having a conversation about Lizzo today with my homeboy because it's a wild conversation. But I don't really like that I just said Lizzo like that because I don't like singling out Lizzo, bro. Let me think of somebody else, bro. I have no choice but to think of somebody else now. But then I'm going to feel bad for calling them out, bro. So I'm not, two wrongs don't make a right. That's what I'm learning right now in this situation. So I'm not going to call out another woman. And I just want to apologize for doing that to Lizzo just now. However, do you see what I just had to do when it came to talking about a woman's size? You didn't hear me apologize or feel bad when I just said about Rick Ross or Drewski. But sure, Billy, people don't talk about men's weight. That's just fucking outrageous of a comment, bro. And now I'm starting to realize some of these celebrity women, or some of these celebrities, period, just need the fucking mics taken off out of their face. Because it's young women out here who believe these dumbass narratives and these dumbass things that these female celebrities say. And that the men celebrities say. But we like to act like it's only on the male side. Bro, what kind of message is that sending to her fans and to people, women, young girls listening to that? Now they walking around with a new hatred for men in their heart for no reason. Now they walking around feeling like body shaming is exclusive to women, when in fact, big dudes get far. I see people talk trash about bodybuilders, bro. Bodybuilders. But say something crazy about it. You can say a woman too skinny and you'll get criticized for, oh, so you picking on a health disorder? When Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul, when he was going through his battle with cancer and a picture came out of him when he was super skinny, people ragged on him for days. When he passed away, that's when people felt bad. So I'm not understanding Billie Eilish's comments. Like, it feel like celebrities just get to say shit just to say it now. It just don't make sense to me. But, you know, this is a sports show. Now, we obviously know we talk about other things, but I say that to say I'm done talking about this. I just thought it was a ridiculous comment. But you know what? No, I'm not. Because, you know, now that I think about this, because I was having some conversations with my homies, it's comments like this, though, that really piss me off. Because when I think about this type of comment where Billie Eilish thinking that it's exclusive to women that dudes' bodies get picked on, when I see girls and females and women constantly first joke they want to go to is a man's body, his penis size, he fat. Oh, like, it's always women can go at men's appearance and motherfuckers don't say nothing. Motherfucker, oh, get in the gym and fix it then, nigga. I hate that I just said that, but that's the first thing you hear. But let you rag on a woman, it's nowhere near the same vitriol. And shit like this is what gets me, because women got this culture, right, where they can be emotional, they can be vulnerable out loud. Nobody gonna say shit. Men, on the other hand, cannot do the same. Men cannot go out openly and cry and be vulnerable and tell you that they hurting and things like that. No, motherfucker better put it in a song or bury it deep inside until he go crazy. And when all of it blow, then we can yell out, oh, this dude's crazy. Oh, he should have talked to somebody. But that's not the culture that men done been raised in. Now, I blame everything on white men ultimately, because white men is the ones who got to govern over and make the rules of a nation that they did not build. In fact, white men did more to try to destroy this nation than build it. But I digress. But men is paying for the sins of white men. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about all men are paying for the sins of white men. Even white men paying for the sins of their previous white men. Because it was the white savages that built up this culture of people not giving a damn about how a man feel. And now you fast forward it all these centuries later. Now a man can't, and I know it sounds crazy, but just rock with me. It all connects. Because now, for so long, it was looked upon as men got to be strong, because that's the image that these white men built. Men got to look a certain type of way. They can't be vulnerable. They can't wear their emotions on their sleeve. And that's why we see so many men nowadays crashing and burning. Motherfucker be sitting around with his homeboys and he can't say a word to him about what he really going through, because he know his homeboy is going to sit there and crack jokes on him. How many times have you been trying to chase after a woman and you legitimately wanted to make this woman yours, but you cannot tell your homeboys that, and let's say that you got rejected, right? You feel so, you really want this woman. You know what you would do for her, but you get rejected. Do you then go tell your the next time you see your homeboys, you know the first thing they're going to ask you is, yo, how's going with Shorty? What you and Shorty doing? You done fucked yet? Now, what you know that You don't want to talk about this. You hurt. You thought you was going to do something with this girl. You thought you was going to build something. And then it got cut off. But you can't tell your homeboys that. You got to say, oh, man, fuck that bitch, man. I ain't want her anyways. Or you going to lie and say, yeah, bro, we still talking. You know what? Because men done built up a culture of not showing they weak side. They can't show no vulnerability. They cannot show you. You cannot see us lacking. And that's why so many men pick on the men who do show their vulnerable side. I was literally talking to my homeboy about this today. I said, I saw a dude get on the internet a couple months ago crying, pouring out his soul. And then a dude said, my homeboy said, yeah, I saw Tyrese be doing that shit all the time. And I said, and every time I see it, I say, man, this dude right here, bro. Like, why is you doing that on the internet? And I told him before he could even finish, I said, and I say that, and I immediately think to myself, but man, the man is feeling the type of way. I wouldn't say that if a woman, well, I would say that if a woman doing it, because I'm a person I don't like seeing people be embarrassed. I just don't. It do something to my soul when I see people get made fun of when they pour their souls out. I don't think that people shouldn't be able to pour out their souls in public. I just don't like seeing people do it because I know how cyclical and how evil the world is. I know when a grown man posts himself crying and bro, imagine how hurt a grown man got to be to finally take it to the internet and be crying on the internet. And a whole bunch of them comments gonna be, man, if you don't shut your crying ass up, man, you better man up and go get a bitch. Hey, man, you better go fuck something. Like, it's gonna be a whole bunch of comments basically telling him his emotions is invalid. He shouldn't be feeling like this. You know how tough it is for for a man to continuously hear that and eventually have to grow into a man that he might not believe it, but now he got to live that type of lifestyle where I don't believe it, but I got to live it because it just is what it is. Because every time I pour my heart out, I get made fun of. They tell me that my emotions are invalid. They tell me that's not how a man should be acting. A man should be burying his emotions and keeping it moving. Even though I keep seeing dudes break down when they do that, they tell me that the way I'm doing it, this is the problem. We got men that won't even look out for other men now because of how the culture has been built up for us. But sure, Billie Eilish can walk around talking about, oh, women's body is a thing that men, we always talk about women's body. This is my problem. So many times when women get to come out and say shit like this, we move further and further away from the fact that men exist. And it's not just these white men that existed back in the day. Like, men have emotions. Men feel a certain type of way. The fact that women keep saying shit like this, to me, is just further proof that some women actually out there thinking that all men are just pieces of shit who don't give a damn about a woman. And you really is telling me that you don't respect other women because women raised a lot of these men that are good men that just get categorized in the same category as all these other dudes. And it's a real shame. I think men is playing from the back. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you that, feel sorry for men. What I'm sitting here and telling you is the same thing I say when I bring up the quarterbacks being judged on the same fucking playing field. If you can validate a woman's emotions, why can't you validate a man's emotion? If it's okay for a woman to get on the internet and cry to spill her soul, why is that not okay for a man to do too? And I'm not just talking to women. Nah, I'm talking to my fellas too. Like, we are the problem also. We should be looking out for each other when we see another man on the internet. We should be trying to find out what's wrong with this brother. And I see a lot of comments sometimes where we do support each other, but we support each other by immediately attacking the woman. Hey, fuck that bitch, bro. You gonna find somebody better. Let's not do that. Let's actually focus on him. Let's focus on getting that man back to where he need to be. I done seen a lot of strong dudes in my lifetime. I didn't have a father growing up. I ain't never known my father. And it was a lot of dudes who thought they was my father figures growing up who I didn't really look at as father figures. I was really raised by a lot of different dudes that I saw, a lot of actions and a lot of what he said, that he lived by what he said, what was his morals, what was the code he lived by, what was the certain things that he just was not willing to do to break his morals and whatnot. That's kind of how I was raised. It wasn't one dude. It was a lot of different versions and pictures and movies and individual people of men that helped make me what I am, and taking a little bit and learning a little bit from everything I saw. It wasn't just one man that was in my life. But I say that to say, how do I word this shit? I'm trying to think of how I can word this in a proper way. to where it makes sense. Okay, so I know exactly how to word it. So I done seen a lot of strong willed men, a lot of dudes who's strong on the outside. Like you look at him and you like, man, that's a strong brother right there. That's a strong man. Like he present himself in a way where, and I'm not talking about physical strong. I'm talking about he got strong beliefs. He a solid dude. His word, you can trust his word and all that. Like you don't see him get too emotional in public. You never see him get out of character. You never see him break character. You never see him in public like show too many emotions that's unnecessary. You always see him do exactly what should be done in that moment, right? And you think to yourself, man, can't nothing break this dude, man. This dude's solid. I done seen dudes like that be broken. And I'm not saying I done seen dudes like that fold or nothing like. I said I done seen dudes like that be broken. From the picture of solidness or a man that you could see. I done seen dudes like that be broken by women. But for some reason, people like that don't exist. And that man is supposed to just keep going on every day as if he not hurt, as if he not broken. But we validate that with a woman. It's okay for a woman to break down and feel all these emotions when she done been hurt. But I done seen strong dudes, bro. Nothing could break this dude except for a broken heart. And he can't go around talking about that. He can't go around telling you all the emotions he feeling. He got to bury them shits within himself. And hey, people get shot every day, B. You'll be all right. That's the type of mentality dudes got to move with. But we're here to talk about football, so I appreciate you guys for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. The Monday Night Football game ended week 10. And it was a hell of a week. Obviously, we're going to run over the scores in a couple minutes. But the first game we got to talk about, obviously, the Monday Night Football game. And I got a chipped wisdom tooth that's bothering the fuck out of me right now. So apologies in advance if I sound crazy at certain parts of the show. But the Bills lost this game. The Bills also fired Ken Dorsey while I was at work. When I got off, I saw that alert on my phone. I cannot say that I'm shocked by that at all, in the slightest. Ken Dorsey should have been fired. I've been saying all year that I thought that the offense was not good enough. Listen, I know people want me to get on here and go at Josh Allen, but I'm going to give Josh Allen the same respect that I give Lamar Jackson and other quarterbacks when I provide context. So give me a second. I'm not finna let Josh Allen off the hook. If you watch the show on a regular basis, you know that's my guy. Absolutely love Josh Allen. I done said multiple times he like my second or third favorite quarterback in the NFL behind Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. But it's kind of biased for Jalen Hurts because I done watched Jalen Hurts like since he was at Bama. Then when he went to Oklahoma. So I've been rocking with Jalen Hurts for a long fucking time, bro. Like, the two quarterbacks in the NFL right now that I've been watching the longest, like since they was in, because I don't really watch college football. I watch Deshaun Watson tear it up at Clemson, and I watch Jalen Hurts lose to like I rock with Bama. That's my squad. I had to watch that motherfucker Deshaun Watson beat us, boy. And then I sat back and watched as Mitchell Trubisky was drafted over Deshaun Watson in that draft, further proving the bar for a white quarterback and the bar for a black quarterback is night and day. Because how in God's name, and I understand people don't want to talk about Deshaun Watson. People don't like Deshaun Watson. Oh, he like sexual misconduct with masseuses and all that shit. Yeah, I get all that. But listen, I'm talking about on the field. How to this day, how can Chicago justify drafting Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson? After you saw what Deshaun Watson did in college, you saw what Mitchell Trubisky did in college. Hell, you saw what he didn't do in college. And somehow, some way, Deshaun Watson was not the first pick in that draft. How fucking insane is that? Now, I know we like to think about what Deshaun Watson done off the field and what he done recently. But if you remember when Deshaun Watson's first couple years in the league, the motherfucker was electric. It made no sense to this day that even with what Deshaun Watson going through, he's still starting over a Mitchell Trubisky. But somehow, what Deshaun Watson did in college against Bama wasn't good enough. What Mitchell Trubisky didn't do in college, that was more than good enough. Carson Wentz in college. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous when we really thinking about these bars and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the Bills. I keep telling y'all, man. We blame Josh Allen. Do Josh Allen got a turnover problem? Yes. Obviously. He got more turnovers than anybody in the league during his span, I believe. But I'm not here to talk about the turnovers because, the fact of the matter is, as much as people want to blame Josh Allen for those turnovers, let's say he got 10 interceptions. I'm just throwing out a hype. I think he actually got 11. But let's throw out an even number. Let's say he got 10 interceptions, all right? If he got 10 interceptions, let's break it down. I'm giving 2 of those or 3 of those to drop passes by receivers that result in interceptions. I'm giving probably 3 of those to Josh Allen just for bad passes. The rest of them, the rest of those interceptions, get those to Ken Dorsey. Get those to the GM. Get those to the head coach. Because I done said multiple times, this version of the Buffalo Bills has maxed out. But for some reason, the only person who seemed to realize that is me and other Bill fans. It's just no way that the Bills keep trotting this fucking offense out there on a weekly basis, thinking that this is the offense that's going. You essentially asking Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs to be Superman every single game. And you basically saying what other teams do in the offseason does not matter. Because you could have went out and got D-Hop in the offseason to help out this offense. You didn't. You just got your ass beat in the playoffs by a team that had 3 options at the receiving position and 2 running back options. And after that loss, you still chose not to go out and get a legitimate option that could help this offense improve. This is my problem once again. I say it when I talk about Lamar Jackson, and I'll say it again when I talk about Josh Allen. To expect Josh Allen to go out there on a weekly, yearly basis and be great with the help of nobody but him and Stephon Diggs is insane. And I know some people gonna be like, saying he got a good defense. Bro, you know how many starters they got? They had 3 starters that was hurt last night. 2 of which is all pro players. The other one is a phenomenal player this year. Do you know how hard it is for a defense to continuously go out there on a week-to-week basis when they losing all pro level players? On top of that, as much as the defense helps a team, and yes, they do help a quarterback in ways, to keep saying that just because a team got a great defense, that's supposed to help the offense is insane. That's not the way that a great defense helps an offense. Okay? Who is directly helping Josh Allen when he is on the field? When Josh Allen is on offense and he got to throw the ball to dudes, who is directly helping him be better? Aside from Stephon Diggs right now. That's my thing. These teams get competent. They sit on their hands and just start collecting them checks that come in. And the fans get mad at the players. Oh, it's Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen. Can Josh Allen be better? Yes. I say all the time. What fucking quarterback cannot be better? What player cannot be better? Pat Mahomes got 2 rings and he can be better. But to continuously expect the players to be better by themselves when it's other people paid to do a job is insane to me. I get it. Yes, Josh Allen got to cut down on some of these turnovers. But Brett Favre is still a Hall of Fame player, and he threw the ball to the other team a lot. So who gives a fuck? This is not a Josh Allen who got the talent of a Jay Cutler and he turning the ball over. This is a Josh Allen with Brett Favre level talent turning the ball over. So sure, Josh Allen is still going to win double-digit games a year. So I don't understand this now all of a sudden, the picks is what's costing them. How is it every time a team start to take they start to moonwalk backwards? How come we never go at the organization? How come I understand the players is the ones on the field doing it, but if it's no talent there, what the fuck else is Josh Allen supposed to do? I realized very early in the game, and I watched the Bills, so I already knew this, but if you watched the game and you saw the drop passes, the pass that led to an interception, it's very easy to see why Josh Allen forced the ball to Stephon Diggs the way he used to do. It's very easy to see why Stephon Diggs wants the ball all the time, even when he triple coverage. Because these other dudes on the team, Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox, all these other dudes just not good enough. They just not good enough. And the Bills know this. And they, for some reason, continue to be just as cheap as Baltimore when it comes to helping out Josh Allen. What would have had to cost you to go out and get DeAndre Hopkins to play opposite Stephon Diggs? Like, I say it all the time. When the Ravens choose to be cheap, when the Ravens choose to not go out and actually provide the requisite talent to help Lamar, the Ravens are not the ones who get called out for it. Lamar Jackson is. Why can't he perform? And now it's happening to Josh Allen. Now, is he going to get the vitriol from the media that Lamar Jackson? Absolutely not. I told you, the best thing about being a quarterback is when you're a white one, because it comes with an automatic pass for a lot of things. But Josh Allen, like I said, when he fuck up, he get treated like he a black quarterback. However, they're not going to rip him like Shannon Sharp was ripping Lamar Jackson. They're not comparing him to Mac Jones. They're not comparing him to the bottom tier quarterbacks in the league like Shannon Sharp decided to jump off the roof and do to Lamar Jackson. And I agree with Dan Orlovsky. See, this is my problem when Lamar Jackson, like I said in the last video, he not allowed to have a bad game. He not allowed to make a mistake, because every time he do, you will have the Shannon Sharps of the world hop on TV and say, see, this is what I'm telling you about Lamar Jackson. You can't trust him. Even though Josh Allen just had multiple turnover game. Joe Burrow had a multiple turnover game. Justin Herbert had a multiple Herbert had a turnover. Trevor Lawrence had a multi turnover game. But for some reason, that gets swept under the rug, or it's excuses attached to those. With Lamar Jackson, it's always Lamar got to be better. Makes no sense. And I'm glad Dan said what he said, because I agree with Dan. This cannot keep happening. Every time he struggle, we just hop out the window and talk about, is Josh Allen worth the money? Because I see how people like to continuously go at Lamar, Dak, and Hurts about their turnovers, even though all three of them teams have winning records right now. Even though all three of them teams is playoff teams right now. Josh Allen's team is 5-4. Actually, I think Josh Allen and them boys is 5-5. They could miss the playoffs. But they're not going to talk about Josh Allen the way they like to get on the TV and talk about Dak or Lamar or Jalen Hurts. They love to tell you what Jalen, Dak, and Lamar can't do. Oh, look at this thing. They got to do this better. They got to be. Well, I ain't not saying, because all three of them teams led by those quarterbacks is in pretty good position right now. You know the one that's not? The one that's led by the white Joe Burrow down there, who y'all haven't criticized him for them two dumbass turnovers he had on Sunday yet. It's real funny that the white dude had to bring it up, because Dan Orlovsky also said, do you look at Joe Burrow different with them two dumbass turnovers he had on Sunday? Shannon Sharp was speechless. But you so quick to hop out the window about Lamar Jackson. I'm not understanding. And Shannon like to say he read all his stuff. Well, you must not be reading the comments of the people who calling you to the floor on how clearly hypocritical you being. But when it comes to the Josh Allen slander, like I said, bro, I'm going to always be fair. I'm going to always provide you with some context. I'm never going to just jump out the window just because everybody else jumping out the window. Can Josh Allen fix these turnover problems? Absolutely. But I done said it before. Why in God's name do you ask this dude to be Superman every week? And then when Superman's cape get tugged on a little bit and he can't do what he need to be, now we mad because he going out there playing Superman ball. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. At the end of the day, and shout out to the Broncos, bro. I'm going to talk about the Broncos in a second. But at the end of the day, I'm just starting to realize a lot of you analysts are a bunch of dumbasses. Y'all truly don't know what y'all watching, and y'all truly don't know how to have conversation. Everything got to be a debate. Y'all can't never just sit down and analyze a game. Y'all always got to have some hot pot debate, bro, about something stupid. I don't get it, bro. I really don't. And it's real fucking irritating having to sit down and listen to these morons constantly go to the absolute. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about basketball. How you got the dumbasses like Nick Wright of the world, a star player playing in a game, and then all of a sudden this game mean everything to his legacy. What? So you telling me all the shit that I done, these 4 championships I done won before, all the big games I done won, all the points, all the assists, everything I done in my career all come down to this fucking game? How stupid of a comment is that? And I see dudes get on TV and say this shit all the time. Oh, this the biggest game of their career. Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. This is not the biggest game of their career. Some of these dudes, bro, you know how irritating it is when I see dudes talk about KD, Kawhi, Paul George. No, fuck them. You know how irritating it is to see somebody tell me that LeBron and Curry still playing for something? Like, anytime they playing a big game now, and somebody say, oh, this a legacy game for them. How? Both of them dudes is top 5 players to ever play the game. How? They can only go up. Neither of them two teams, neither of those two players is falling out of the top 5. What are you talking about when they suit up against a Jason Tatum? Oh, it's a big game. Let's see if they can beat you. What? Like, bro, this is what I'm saying, man. The media is just god awful, bro. Sports media, and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. And they getting paid millions to get on TV and talk like this. It's absolutely crazy. And I said I don't know why they get on there and don't analyze the game. They do. They just analyze it from a jackass perspective because they all usually biased. However, hop into the Denver Broncos. Since they gave up that 70 piece, their defense done been pretty great. As an announcer would not stop telling you on Monday Night Football. Like Troy Aikman and Joe Buck wanted you to know, and I love both of them, but they wanted you to know almost after every single drive, Denver's defense has been better after that 70-point game. I don't know if you caught it, but they wanted you to know that. They said it about 50 million fucking times. Anyways, Denver's defense did have a great game. Denver's defense, this is more of what I expected them to look like. It was shocking seeing Denver's defense play as bad as it played to start the year. However, when I think about it, Denver don't have one like legitimate bona fide pass rusher after losing Von Miller. I thought about that as I saw him suited up for the other team last night. And furthermore, to hammer home my continued point about defenses don't matter, playing great defense don't matter, defense in spots does. Denver could have still lost that game. And the Denver defense played great throughout the night. Once again, defense throughout a whole game does not matter. Defense in key situations does. It's moments in a game that can swing the game. And if the defense get to stop right there, it's not neutralizing completely that the game won't still swing because you still got another 2 stops to probably make. But it do ensure, okay, we just neutralized that swing. Now we got 1 more or 2 more to stop before we officially can say, yeah, that's the game. When sometimes you see defenses fold in those moments, and that's what turn a game competitive or make it longer than it got to be, or that's what ultimately costs teams certain games when you like, man, they played defense good all night and still lost it. Yeah, because defense been playing good all night don't matter. Defense in spots matters. Now, obviously, you got some of these games where the defense come out on fire off the rip. They get a couple turnovers. You score on them turnovers, and essentially the game is over early. That's not because defense was played good throughout the whole game. That's because defense played great early and got the turnovers. But nonetheless, Denver's defense did have a great game. Denver's offense is still god awful to me. I think Sean Payton is a fraud when it comes to an offensive guru. Denver don't really run the ball great. They don't really throw the ball great. Russ had some great plays last night where he looked like old Russ with the backyard football he used to do in Seattle. But for the most part, I know they beat Kansas City last week and they beat the Bills this week. Neither of those matter to me. Because I just don't see this offense really being able to test a great offensive team. Like, if the Ravens is firing at all cylinders, if the Bengals is firing on all cylinders, Broncos not beating either one of them teams. I don't care how good your defense is. Your offense don't score enough points to be able to consistently keep up with either of those two teams. You look at a team like the Dolphins. Now, I understand the Dolphins don't beat great teams. Denver not a great team. And Denver already done has 70 put on their heads by the Dolphins. So, to me, even with this win, it don't really change my outlook on Denver. Now, I'm going to tell you what's interesting. If Sean Payton going to be here for a while, and Russ ain't, I wonder how the next quarterback will look under Sean Payton. I'm pretty sure I know how they're going to look under Sean Payton, much like how you see how Mac Jones looked with the Patriots. I imagine that the next quarterback, if he not just great because of his own skill set, I have a strong feeling he'll be turned into a dink and dunk type of quarterback under Sean Payton. Like, don't make the mistakes. Let's play a safe game. Let the running backs do most of the work. Let the defense do the work. And you just take a short passes that's there. And he going to try to Drew Brees him, turn him into Drew Brees, basically. And I think that's one of Sean Payton's biggest problems. But before we leave, Carolina beat Chicago 13-16. Indy beat New England 10-6. Cleveland beat Baltimore 33-31. New Orleans beat Minnesota 19-27. San Francisco beat Jacksonville 34-3. Houston beat the Cincinnati Bengals 30-27. Green Bay beats Pittsburgh 19-23. No. They lose to Pittsburgh 19-23. Tennessee loses to Tampa Bay 6-20. Detroit went into LA and beat the Chargers 41-38, reiterating my point that Justin Herbert ain't seen a big game. He ain't willing to lose. Atlanta went into Arizona and lost 23-25 in the Kyler Murray return game. Washington went into Seattle and lost 26-29. The Giants went into Dallas and got smacked 17-49. The Jets lose 12-16 on Sunday Night Football in Vegas. And, of course, we already talked about the Buffalo Bills losing to the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football in Buffalo. And quickly before I go, I understand that, but also we want to blame Josh Allen for everything. Whose fault is it that they lost this game with that 12 man on the field shit on a missed field goal that ended up getting hit because of your moronic ass coaching? This what I'm saying. Is those interceptions on the fact that they still had a chance to win the game at the end and it cost them because of a coaching blunder? Like, at some point in time, man, like I keep saying, other guys get paid to do a job as well. But with that being said, losing my voice, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. Listen, women, listen to me for a second. If it's a woman listening to this, if you're a dude and you got a woman in your life or a homegirl, play this message for her. Women, I need you to be more receptive and open to men's emotions, all right? There's men out there really going through some shit and they really want to talk to somebody about it and they really want to be open about their emotions, but they don't, they just can't trust it, all right? I need you to go up to this man and tell him, like, talk to me. What you going through? What's on your mind? And be there to listen, because women always want somebody to listen to them. But then when a man try to break down his emotions to us, it's funny all of a sudden. You don't take him as serious. I done had a woman, and this is some of the craziest shit, say that she don't respect men who talk about their feelings. And she was a homegirl. Me and her still cool, but it was just some of the wildest shit. I don't even know if we really cool because I don't really fuck with her like that after she had said that. That just threw me off when she said that because I'm like, bro, what kind of fucking wicked ass person as you. And it was a weird thing because me and her even talked about this. Because she was like, bro, why did that comment bother you and you ain't never been open with me about your emotions? I was like, bro, because I'm not thinking about me, bro. I'm thinking about the fact that any dude, I was finna say something. I'm thinking about the fact that any dude in your life, I was finna say something again. Any dude in your life that come into your life, you gonna belittle him when he try to bring out his emotional side. So he gotta always keep that shit locked up with you, meaning he ain't gonna never really be able to be himself with you. So what kind of fucking dumbass, and ultimately you think you hurting that man, you hurting yourself too, because now you closing off a select group of men that you want. You don't want to be with no dude that ain't never showing you no type of emotions, because then you're going to cheat on him with a dude who you say show you more love than him. You really can't win. You really can't win. Now, I know I told y'all to play this to the woman. And women, I don't want y'all to think what I just said was meaning that y'all was a dumbass, even though at the end of everything I said, I did kind of feel like what I was saying was women might just be dumbasses. But just go out there and show another man. Show your homies that you fuck with them, man. All right? Be there for one another. Listen to each other. Like I tell y'all all the time, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of us out there going through a lot. I don't know anybody who ain't going through shit right now. All right? Take care of one another. All right? I fuck with you. I love you. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.